Hello everybody, Coach Matt here with you, and today I want to teach y'all about the McGill Big 3 core exercises. So these are the 3 core exercises I do every morning along with a 10-minute walk, and that's actually what got me out of my back pain. I have 2 lumbar disc herniations that have given me trouble over the years, but ever since I adopted these exercises and figured out how to do them correctly, I've really been able to minimize and control that back pain, which has been awesome. I've noticed that a lot of people on YouTube don't do these exercises correctly. They don't teach them correctly. And since I've been doing them for a couple of years, I feel like I've got my head wrapped around them pretty well. So let's get into it. All right, so first up we got the bird dog. I see the most mistakes here. People bring the leg up too high, their hand up, and if you do that, it actually is hard on your back. You're twisting at the hip, not great. So let's fix that. First of all, let's get in the right position here. So main things here to focus on. Pushing away at the shoulder here, pushing away from the ground. Other side, make it a fist. Staying nice and tight here. Next up, squeezing the glute, making sure that hip's nice and tight in place there. Barely bring the foot off the floor. If you bring it up, it twists the hips, so don't do that. Abdominals engaging here as well. So we got a lot of work going on. A good mental cue to keep you where you need to be here is think if somebody came and tried to push you over or put weight on your back, how would you withstand that? Oh, and right there, sweep. That's how you transition between reps, sweeping the floor like that. You can hear me breathing in through the nose. I'm taking small breaths in so that I don't lose my tension. And these are really intense if you're doing them right. You'll draw sweat. So here we have the McGill curl up, and the mistake people make here is doing this, trying to turn it into a crunch. If you have back pain, that's actually going to make it even worse. So what we want to do is support the lower back, stick the hands underneath that low back, and then we're going to straighten one leg out, keep one knee up. Then we take a good breath in. And this is purely an abdominal exercise. I'm doing it right now. You can see my foot's barely off the ground. My head's barely off the floor. My elbows come off the floor just a bit. I'm taking in little breaths through my nose, but not any big breaths because I want to maintain that tension. You can see that vein in my neck. I'm working really hard here. And you might be saying, well, how can you be working that hard with that little movement? Well, imagine somebody's going to drop a bowling ball on your abdominals, and then you will get a pretty good idea of how to flex for this, how to get that tension. You just really want to maintain that tension of the abdominal wall. So think about a bowling ball hitting you in the stomach, and that will definitely help. And the last one we got here is the side plank. Don't be like me here, lacking tension or hiking the hips too high. Let's fix that. So first of all, make sure that elbow's in line with the shoulder. Come on up, and then we want to make a nice fist with that hand that comes up. Want to be nice and strong through the shoulders. Put some weight into that back heel there. Let your weight kind of drift there. Here's where the tension comes from, where the hip meets the low back. To turn those muscles on, imagine that arrow having a weight pushing down. So think of yourself as a bridge here. Think of a car, if it were driving up you, a small car, don't want to crush you. How would you resist it? Well, it's by engaging those low back muscles at the hip. Rolling here for that next rep. By the way, each rep should be about 8 to 10 seconds. And then I usually start with just 2 reps on everything here. And you can tell I'm breathing hard, I'm working hard. You want to make sure and maintain constant tension and then maximize the tension when you take the breath in. Last thing I'm going to leave you with here is a little advice for exercises, really anything in life, is that it's okay to do it wrong at first, but you just want to make gradual progress toward getting better at it. My form is still not perfect. I'm still working on it. These are complex movements that really take a lot of practice to get right. I think the main thing is focus on getting a little better each time, focusing on different cues each time. You know, you can't focus on 5 different things at once, but you can focus on 1 or 2 things at once anytime. So like on the bird dog, pick one of those 5 cues I gave you and focus on it with 1 rep, and then on the next rep, focus on something different. And over time, you're just going to put it all together. Folks, appreciate you. Y'all take care.